Hi guys, MrRoflWaffles here. Somehow, the Easter egg hunt is still going on. Kowakujo came out a couple of days ago now, and we've basically been stuck pretty much on the same step for what feels like a full day. There's been maybe a little bit of progress with this gacha machine that's been found, but other than that, things right now are in a bit of a weird spot. And I think that just as I made some day one first impressions and put those out, it would be worthwhile doing an update video to say, like, here's where things are now with the fact that the map is still unsolved. And for context, I think that this solve has now taken longer than all the other Black Ops 7 Zombies maps combined. That's a stat that I heard from CB yesterday. We've kind of left the territory of modern zombies. We're even now starting to get towards surpassing classic zombies in terms of like 2-day hunts, 3-day hunts, stuff like that. And potentially, if things start going a lot longer, we might end up in Black Ops 4 territory or even approaching the Rev sort of zone of between the 5, 6, and even 9 days of hunt duration. Now, seeing as there are relics that are still unsolved to this day, that have been out for months now, wouldn't surprise me if we do end up getting a really, really long solve here. And I think that in many ways, that's really positive, right? It's giving the community something to rally around. It's giving the opportunity for different streamers to be online at different times. One person's hunting, they go offline, another person goes online in their country, in their time zone, they hunt for a little while. There's more of a community feeling when the hunt goes long like this, which is really positive. That said, I still want to echo the opinion that I shared in my day one impressions, which is that I think the fact that it's a murder mystery makes me wish there was a little bit more breadcrumbing of clues and hints and riddles and things like that in order for us to be successfully kind of shepherded through the puzzles. It doesn't feel massively like that to me, and therefore I feel like there's a bit of ludonarrative dissonance where the story is saying one thing, but the game design is expressing another. And it's improved in some areas because we found more notes now, for example, and the notes hint to things. So like the pufferfish is the obvious example of that. But I feel like in terms of murder mystery, the game design hasn't really changed enough to feel murder mystery-esque in order for me to feel like that as a conceit is really working. So I think that there's room for a good amount actually of improvement there. But one of the things that I have run into in the last 24, 48 hours is a lot of just like negativity about me. And it's weird because there are a lot of people that are like, MrRoflWaffles is only ever negative, right? But it's funny because those people are actually the ones being only ever negative. It's just that they're directing it at me, a human being, instead of what they think I'm doing, which is being negative about a video game. And the irony is that I am not only negative about zombies, I literally called the trailer for this map a 10 out of 10. I gave it like no notes. I was so effusively positive. Go watch that video and tell me I'm only ever negative. Like, it's insane. But these comments are still there, and they flare up every couple of months. It's always the way it is. And I feel like I've been a target for those overly negative people to sort of point a finger at and blame for stuff or whatever for a long time now. That's just sort of part and parcel with my place in this community. We no longer are in a place where I feel like 100% of my family members all like me. Like, it feels like there's always this one weird uncle on Reddit that's like, oh yeah, he's a dick. And it's like, why, uncle? It's like, well, he doesn't like the maps I like. Nice, great, go on, solid, great job, uncle. Or it'll be like, oh, he's away from home with a concussion, with no internet at his normal home, on a setup that he doesn't normally use, without a foot pedal so that he can deafen to record the clips that he needs to be able to record in order to do his job. And therefore he had to do 2 takes to, in quite a tongue-in-cheek, comedic manner, re-record a reaction to something that he saw in the game. And that means that he hates zombies now and he should never have turned up in the first place. Like, why are we being so weird about this? There's so many weird uncles on Reddit, it feels like. I don't get it. So that's been an unfortunate sort of marker on the hunt for me, because like Twitch chat, for example, has been really, really lovely. It's been such good vibes in there. We've had some really funny moments. and I've been enjoying the hunt. But then equally, there's just this element of like, why do people have to be like this? Why do I have to be a character that they attack? Like, if you don't like me, could you just move on with your life? Could you just like talk about something else? Could you develop a hobby that's not attacking me? That would be really lovely. And again, people will be like, oh, it's ironic because he's always negative about zombies. But like, I'm just not. You just have blinders on at this point because you've decided the kind of person that I am is something that is just not true. Like something crazy that happened this morning is in my video yesterday about the Takio side Easter egg. I said the side Easter egg, at least the initial bit before I got to that radio, the side Easter egg didn't really blow me away in the way that the Richtofen one did, but I understand that it would have been difficult for them to, for example, do a Tom Kane tribute in that Easter egg because the map's been in development for a while, and I was trying to give Treyarch grace and be understanding about the game dev pipeline, etc., and to share that sentiment with you guys, right? There were multiple people in the comments being like, you're blaming Treyarch for when Tom Kane died. And I was reading it like, what? How the hell do you possibly misconstrue this so strongly? And what they were sort of saying is like, they were making out like I was making a point that it was Treyarch's fault that the Takio Easter egg was uninteresting because of Tom Kane's death. And I was like, bro, the literal opposite. I'm giving them grace for the fact that they might not have been able to squeeze that in there. We all were wondering if they were going to be able to or not, and then they didn't. And I said, they didn't, and it's no big deal, right? It's not a big deal at all because ultimately these things are difficult, right? I was being understanding of the game dev pipeline, and these people, these weird goblins, were saying the opposite about what I was saying. Like, it's mind-blowing. It's so mystifying that these people do this so frequently. And I see threads and I see like people hating on me in the threads. And then there'll be people that respond and they're like, do you even watch the video? He said the literal opposite thing. What are you chatting about? It's very odd. It's very odd. And it's a shame because it sours my experience of doing these hunts and stuff in such a big way. When these goblins are just being rude the whole time. Like it's unfortunate. And it's a shame as well because it's like 5% of people. Like 95% are lovely. And the memes that have been going around in the community the last couple of days and everyone teaming up and working together has been really cool. I'm just tired, man. I'm tired of these people. I'm really sick of it. Like, I love zombies. I've loved zombies my entire adult life. I've been doing this for such a long time now. I could be doing other stuff if I didn't like this. Like, if I hated zombies, I would have just gone. But I don't hate it. This is the thing that is like, people are so weird about this. I could just do something else. I have so much else going for me in my life. And people just don't seem to think that could even be potentially a possibility. And they assume that like I'm here because I've got like a ball and chain on my foot. But no, I want to see what the freaking end of the Easter egg is, man. I want to see how they wrap up the Dark Ether story. I want to see this stuff. And yet the goblins are like, oh, he must hate every single second of it and blah blah blah. And it's like, no, it's also my job. I do have to do my job, but I'm just exasperated by the fact that these people are just moaning constantly. Like, bro, why? Why are we like this? So what I'm going to do today is I'm going to do a little bit more hunting. And if there's obviously massive significant progress, then I'll be jumping in there and making sure that I'm participating. But equally, I have some promises that I made to the Warframe devs a couple of months ago, actually, about when I would stream Warframe this month. And then I had to cancel some of those plans because I was concussed and because my internet went down and et cetera, et cetera. They've been very understanding, but I want to make good on the commitments that I've made to them. So I'm going to stream a bit of Warframe today and tomorrow and like over the next several days, which was meant to happen weeks ago. But it's because I want to be good to my word, right? Like I want to hold my promises that I've made. That's really important to me. And so I'll be doing that and I'll be juggling a little bit. Obviously, I didn't expect the hunt to go this long, and I think that it's cool that it has done, but I also have other stuff that I do need to get to, some other obligations. So I'm going to make sure that I do that. And hopefully, I don't know, fingers crossed, the Reddit weirdos can just like take a day off. That would be awesome. And those of you that are the 95% of lovely people will be in chat again, and we'll be able to hang out and maybe brainstorm some new sort of step solution ideas with the new gacha game thing that's been found in Kowakujo, or just generally vibe while we're trying to figure out how things work. And we'll do some more side quests as well. I really enjoyed the side quests yesterday. The Takeshi's Castle Easter egg, very cool. And I really like the parkour as well. That ray gun Easter egg is awesome. So some positive notes there too. Given that in Totenreich I didn't really vibe with a lot of the side questy bits, I think I prefer them in this map personally. So yeah, that's been nice to see. So yeah, that's kind of where my head's at right now. It's an unusual one. It's one that I encourage the unusualness of. I would love for there to be some strong puzzles in an Easter egg at some point, rather than this sort of like needle in haystacky type design that we're leaning into a lot right now. And that obviously is a big part of zombies in history generally, but I think could be a really good way to progress the mode instead of just sort of sitting in the forms that we've been in historically. And I'll make another update video like this, I guess, in the next day or two if it's still not solved, and we'll just keep talking about it and trying to figure out how to approach what's next. So thanks for watching. I've been MrRoflWaffles. I'm going to keep doing my thing. It's a very weird feeling out there to know that there's a lot of people on an internet forum that just hate you. That's weird, man. It's really strange. There's nothing I can do about it, though. They love it. They love being negative. It's so ironic. It's actually so ironic. So, yeah. Hopefully those people have a good day and they feel a bit less negative about the world. And hopefully I do too. And I feel a little bit less negative about the ludonarrative dissonance that I personally, subjectively, am not a huge fan of, but people seem to think is like making me, like, I don't know, perpetually negative. It's just insane. It's insane. All right. See you guys soon. I'll be streaming in a bit.